Alright, here we have the quadratic equation 2x squared minus 8x equals 5. This quadratic equation is essentially this fellow here, and that's what we're going to want to get it to look like. So first things first, we're going to set the equation to 0 by subtracting 5 by either side. The side cancels out. The two concepts we're going to want to use here are the order of operations and the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula can be seen up here. Negative b plus or minus the square root over b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And each of these constants corresponds with these letters, and it's a simple plug and chug. So just filling all of these in, and this is really where that order of operations will come into play. Important thing to note is to bring these negatives in with us, and then to pay attention to them, particularly whenever we have this in parentheses negative 8 square root 2, which will give us a positive 64. The next thing we'll want to do is multiply these values. That will give us negative 1 times negative 8 will equal 8, plus or minus 64. 2 by negative 5 will give us negative 10, which by negative 4 gives us positive 40, all over 2 times 2, which is 4. We're going to add the values under the square root, which will give us 104. And then we're going to simplify this square root as much as possible, and we get a 8 plus 2 square root 26 over 4. Basically, at this point, what you're going to want to do is now simplify by the common factor. I'm going to actually switch to a new page. Simplifying by the common factor 2, as represented here, pardon my scrawl, but you understand that's the 2, which all simplifies out to be 4 plus or minus square root of 26 over 2. And that is your final answers, technically, because we do have this plus or minus, and that means that there are 2 answers. So, yeah, solving a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula.